Hello, welcome to episode 72 of the WMMA 5 series on the channel.
Nailed it.
Yes.
We are Pride FC in the year 2007. This is Bushido and Osaka 4.
Woo!
Woo! Somebody's really excited. You staying for the whole episode here?
No, I'm gonna go back down.
Okay. Well, we got that fabulous intro done by Mrs. Marvelous as she's going to go lay back down. As for this Bushido and Osaka 4 show, what a show we have. It is for the middleweight titles, our main event. Murillo Ninja Hua taking on Nate Marcotte. Nate the Great Marcotte. That should be a bang of a main event. Before we get into all that, though, we do have 13 pieces of mail. We have a good bit of mail here. Jake Ellenberg left Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy. He's joined American Top Team. Cain Velasquez extended his deal. James DeHunas left Abiante Combat Club. As Calavante has joined Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy. As Gleison Tebow extended him. Robbie Lawler left Caesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. We've signed Elijah Harshbarger, who was formerly the Strikeforce welterweight champion. He was a former Pancrase welterweight champion and a former Cage Warriors welterweight champion. He's, an Olympic caliber wrestler. I think he's gonna, he's a slow start according to this. He's probably gonna be a savage. I feel like he's going to mix up quite nicely in the welterweight division. He's the 15th in the world. Not sure I was gonna rank as far as Pride FC goes, but I'm hopefully he's in the top 25. That'd be crazy if he's not. As we signed Eric Davila. Eric Davila, another welterweight, 19-7, the 20th welterweight in the world. He's been in UFC, Pancrase, King of the Cage. He is on a one-fight win streak as he lost to Luis Azevedo. As he's beaten Mike Pyle, he's beaten Martin Kapman, he's beaten Kyle Jensen. He's lost to Jay Heron and Chad Saunders, though, and Tatsuji Kato. But he's beaten at least some names on there, like Mike Pyle. But that should be interesting to see how he does for Pride FC here. We extended Joe Rogan, as Ryan Bowe has left Presta. And we signed Matt Hamill, another Ultimate Fighter alumnus. Matt Hamill, the goddamn man, sadly has the one win over John Jones. Before John Jones was a piece of shit, but I want to say that was karma. We should have known John Jones was going to be a piece of shit right there. But God bless Matt Hamill. He's a real soft spot for me. I mean, how can you not hate this man? How can you not love this man? He's the fucking man. Ryan Bell has also joined the Kata Dojo. So we got a couple of new signees. That's always fun and should be exciting. So we got, one middleweight and Matt Hamill and two welterweights. So that should be pretty exciting how that all plays out. And so, yeah, let's get on to the Pride FC Bushido and Osaka 4 show. As the main event, as we kind of discussed earlier. We're there. As Murillo Ninja Hua taking on Nate the Great Marcotte. This is going to be Murillo's first ever defense of the Pride middleweight title. Two of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. As Murillo's ranked 10th, Marcotte's ranked 11th. As Murillo's going to be main eventing for the fourth time now. As Hua trains at Husveli Tudo, which Marcotte has an overall record of 1-1 against other current members of that team. They both have won 3 of the last 5 fights by decision. It's Nate Marcotte coming in off a 3-fight win streak. He lost to Anderson Silva. That was his last loss. And he also lost to Chuck Liddell. Really, his only loss has been to former middleweight champions in Vanderlei Silva, Chuck Liddell, Anderson Silva. But he's beaten pretty much the best of the best. Other than that, he's beaten a former welterweight champion, Carlos Newton. He's beaten Ronaldo Sobral, Vitor Belfort, Jeremy Horn twice, Rich Franklin, Dan Anderson, and Lee Morey, and also he's beaten Frank Shamrock, so he's even beaten a former middleweight champion. I mean, this is going to be big for him. I mean, this is kind of crazy seeing those list of names there, that this is the first time he's ever been in a middleweight title fight. But I think it's going to be very close. I know they have it 7-0 on the Blurcat staff picks for Murillo Ninja Hua, who is coming off a pretty great record. Yeah, another guy who's on a 3-5 winning streak. He's lost to Vitor Belfort, so you have something where, Nate Marcotte has beaten Vitor Belfort, so he has that. But, Murillo's also beaten Chuck Liddell, and he's lost to Chuck Liddell, though, too, at the same time. And he's beaten Frank Shamrock, so they both have that. They both beaten Jeremy Horn. And then he's beaten Anderson Silva, obviously, to become the middleweight champion, whereas Nate Marcotte fell short of that. But, and he's beaten him twice. Not once, but twice. So that is pretty huge. And, I mean, yeah, they've both beaten also Carlos Newton. So it's kind of funny they've kind of faced off similar opponents. But, I mean, this is going to be quite the middleweight fight. I don't think it's going to go the distance. I think someone's going to get knocked out, or there's going to be a finish in some other way. Maybe it's a submission or something. But we shall see on that one. That should be pretty exciting. As a fucking banger of a main event here, or a banger of a co-main event rather. Eldoro Pete Williams taking on Alistair, the Demolition Man Overeem. Overeem's finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. They're both world-ranked super heavyweights. As Overeem is 4th, Pete Williams is 7th. I mean, Alistair Overeem, 12-5, 9-4 in private. He just lost to Sergey Kretnov at the Final Conflict Absolute show. But goddamn, I mean, he has beaten some pretty big names. Ice Cold Igor. He's beaten. I mean, that's pretty much as far as Tim Sylvia is close. I mean, I'd say that he's an up and coming guy for sure. But he's lost to Arlovsky. He avenged his debut loss against Kazuchika Vegeta at the Final Conflict Absolute show. But I mean, this should be quite exciting. Two men that like to throw the leather around. They are going to be looking for knockouts for sure. Overeem does have the advantage, according to the Bearcat staff, pick 7-3. As Pete Williams is coming off a loss to Mirko Krokop. They both lost to Arlovsky. As Josh Burnett, he's actually beaten Josh Burnett, Pete Williams has, whereas Andre Arlovsky has not, or as Alistair Overeem has not, rather. But I think, and Pete Williams even had a title shot against Big Nog, which he obviously came up short with, but he's beaten some big names. Pete Williams has beaten some of the best as far as in the heavyweight world. I mean, he's beaten Sammy Gillette, he's beaten Mark Coleman, Kevin Randleman, Josh Barnett, and that's some big names that he has beaten. But we'll see what happens here in that co-main event. That's gonna be a crazy one. I would not count on Pete Williams. Jake Shields versus Chad Saunders as the two welterweights going at it. Chad Saunders is 16th ranked welterweight in Pride FC, and Jake Shields is 18th, which is kind of crazy. Shows you how stacked that welterweight division is. Chad Saunders has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Jake Shields kind of has a tough go of it in Pride FC. He's 2-3. In Pride FC, just lost to John Fitch. I mean, he's had 2 very poor fights, a poor fight, and 2 average ones. Jake Shields not really the most, I would say, entertaining fighter. Definitely a lay and pray type of system, and is someone who has beaten Mike Pyle twice. So that's pretty big for him. But as far as big names goes, not a lot of them. I mean, he hasn't really beaten, Carlos Condit, but it's a young Carlos Condit, and he's beaten Kirk Kikuchi, and Diego Alves, who is and that was a split decision win too, so it wasn't even like a full-on win. Here against Chad Saunders, I mean, he's probably gonna lose here to Chad Saunders, I had to guess, who's beaten Robert Lawler. He beat Robert Lawler in his debut, but he lost to Jason Von Flue in his previous fight. He's beaten Akira Gucci, so they both have that going for him, as he's lost to Nick Diaz, that was in Pancrase, and George St. Pierre. Which, those welterweights, sometimes there has been some poor and abysmal fights, especially in Pancrase, where there's only one round, and you can kind of just lay on top of somebody for 10 minutes and get a win. For a lot of these, wrestler-type welterweights, could be for a lot of not so entertaining fights, but hopefully this one could be a little bit more on the entertaining side, as Chad Saunders has the Blurcat staff picks 5-2. It's Paul and Jim back in Jake Shield. I mean, it's close. I think it's a lot closer. The 16th and 18th rankings are pretty respectable there, because they're pretty even-footed, but we'll see who has the advantage, though, here in Osaka. Diego, the Nightmare Sanchez, taking on Drew, the Master Fickett, as Fickett has won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision. Fickett is the 19th ranked welterweight in Pride FC, as Diego Sanchez is 23rd. Diego Sanchez won 3 of the last 5 fights by decision, rather. Jesus Christ, it's the first time they have fought. It is very, very close on the Blurcat staff picks. 3-4 with Drew Fickett getting the slight advantage. I am going to back Diego Sanchez on this one. I mean, sure, he's lost to John Fitch, but he's beaten Matt Serra. He's beaten Jay Heron and Carlos Condit. It's a young Carlos Condit, but still, he's beat him. It was a split decision, but still. I think Diego Sanchez has the cardio. He has the ability to finish a fight, even though he hasn't yet. Most of his fights, I think all of them, besides some that happened at the American local shows and this M1 show, they've all pretty much been by decision. But with 3 rounds, though, and you have the 10-minute round and the 2 5s, this might not go the distance. So Drew Fickett, he's 0-1 in Pride FC. He lost his debut to Jason Von Flue. He's lost to Sean Pearson. He's beaten Joe Scarlo and Mike Quick Swick, Chris Lytle, too. Some big names, but I don't think as big as what Diego Sanchez has. We'll see, though. I think this is a very, very good fight, though, especially for 2 guys who could use a win and climb up those rankings. Should be pretty exciting. Frank Mir taking on the dirty Hurricane in Gilbert Yvel. Gilbert Yvel's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. First time they have fought, Frank Mir's going to have a significant weight advantage. Betting lines have him as a big favorite to win this one. Frank Mir's better watch out. He better not get bit on the chest and in the stomach like he has before. Has Gilbert Yvel or the eye pokes. Dirty bastard as is Gilbert Yvel. 7-3 for Frank Mir. 3-2 in Pride FC. He lost in his debut to Rafael Carino. They beat Trey Tellingman and Daniel Puder. Lost to Roy Nelson. They just beat Kevin Randleman by armbar. And they're making Bushido 12. This could be a nice win for him. It'd be 8-3. Gilbert Yvel 1-6 in Pride. He just lost to Alistair Overeem. He's probably going to lose this one too. Honestly, probably going to send him back down the rings or something. I'm not sure. It's kind of interesting because the reason I kind of brought him up to be in Pride FC was like, well, to kind of rewrite a lot of the shitty things that Gilbert Yvel has done, and in real life, because we brought him in 2001, which that was before he fights Don Fry in real life in Pride FC when he eye pokes him to death, and that was before he knocks out the ref at the one, I want to say it was a rings fight. And just kind of crazy, his career and how he actually got to the UFC and whatnot. Got fucked up by Junior Dos Santos, so that fight is pretty satisfying to watch. But that should be a pretty easy win for Frank Mir. But you never know, though. Gilbert Yvel does have the skills. It's just he's a piece of shit. This Gabriel Gonzaga taking on the Russian Bear, Oleg Takartov. As Gonzaga's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. He trains at Hammer House, which Oleg has an overall record of 0-1 against other members of that team. The first time they fought. As Gonzaga's going to have a significant weight advantage, and the betting lines have him as a big-time favorite. I don't think Oleg is going to get the win here. He's 1-4 in Pride FC. Him beating Takayama, which that's an easy feat, beating Takayama. But he's beaten Pete Williams. It's not like he hasn't just beaten bums. He has beaten Pete Williams. That was back in 2001 with the rear naked choke. But other than that, he's kind of lost more than he's won in the mod. He definitely has. He's only won 4 fights since the mod started. He's going to be another one that's probably going to be sent down. Really, our heavyweight division, it's not that great. We have a lot of old guys. We have a lot of guys that really shouldn't belong. And we have a lot of new up-and-coming heavyweights that we really need to get rocking and rolling, like Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez and Shane Carwin. And, Shane Carwin just lost to Daniel Puder, so maybe not throw Shane Carwin in there. But a lot of, newer type of guys. And Brock Lesnar's going to be coming around soon. Should be around 2007, 2008 probably. That's when he's going to be popping up, maybe even 2009. Trying to remember when his first fight was. I want to say it was 2008, but it might have been 2009. Nonetheless, we're needing some more heavyweight blood, new heavyweight blood into the heavyweight division. Hopefully, Gabriel Gonzaga can get the win there. It's Matt the Immortal Brown, the man who just knocked out Diego Lima at a UFC show here. Well, by the time you're going to see this, it'll be about a week. But man, that was crazy. 40-year-old fucking Matt the Immortal Brown. That nickname is very well perceived as he's making his Pride FC debut here. But boy, it's kind of crazy to think that 2021 he'll still be out there knocking fuckers out. Xenia, Ohio, is Dan the Outlaw Hardy. That should be a pretty exciting fight, but it looks like Matt Brown is going to be out muscled here, 6-1 with Dan Hardy having to blur his staff picks. This should be a pretty exciting fight. Dan Hardy's usually a guy who will stand up and throw some shots with you, so that should be pretty exciting. It's Ryan Diamond Healy taking on Spencer the King Fisher. Both guys have not won since 2004. Fisher since October, Healy since July. First time they fought Ryan Healy, rather about to say Pat Healy. Ryan Healy has a 6-inch reach advantage, 4-3 on a Blackhead staff pick, with Spencer the King Fisher getting the 4-3 slight edge. Both guys desperately need a win. Spencer Fisher 7-3, 0-2 in Pride FC. Ryan Healy 7-4, 0-2 in Pride FC. So maybe, unless it goes to a draw, maybe one of these guys will get a win here in Pride FC. That's all we can hope for. This is about as a prelim of the fight as it gets. Menendorf, Iowa, Portland, Oregon, 7-4, 7-3. Boxing, Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, no team for both guys. 6'1", 161. Obviously, Healy with that reach advantage, playing the fact that there's Spencer Fisher is 5'7". Both weighed in at 161. We'll see if they have. Usually, most of the lightweights are pretty much the same, but we'll see. Yuji Shimada's a referee. Ringside judges. Yep, looks like they both weighed in or fighting. Now 161. Fight begins. They touch gloves. Healy shooting in on Fisher right away. Great sprawl, pushing down on his hands and knees. Prepares to throw a knee strike, but Healy gets back up, springs back up to action. Healy steps in, looking to grapple, trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. Now he's got him pinned, looking for the trip takedown. He's got it. Superb outside leg trip. There's some big right hands, a few powerful shots land. trying to pound on Fisher, but now all the blows are being completely dealt with. He's blocked in an attempt to pull guard. I just think Spencer Fisher is just kind of out of his element here. I mean, he is in the deep, deep waters. Even in the, he's the betting lines were close, but it looks like it's not even going to be close here. Handful of punches, each easy even blocked with gloves, blocks a attempt to pull guard, pounds away, trying to move him, but he can't. Referee stands it back up. Fisher looking to come in closer, looking to throw some strikes. A jab is wide, but he lands a nice straight right hand that lands hard. Seeing his opponent's about to shoot in, Healy timed it up well and starts moving for the clinch. He can't keep control though, as Fisher now has wrestled his way into a dominant position in the clinch. Look at the muscle up against the ropes. He doesn't let that happen though. This Ryan Healy, geez, that's gonna be. Oh boy, my dyslexic ass. I'm gonna be doing that a lot as he gains a dominant position in the grapple. Using his wrestling skills, he's trying to push him against the ropes. He does so. Now he's got him stuck against the ropes. He's going down low, grabbing both legs. As he blocks that takedown attempt and turns Healy around, so he's now has his back to the ropes. As Fisher's looking for a takedown by grabbing his opponent's legs and trying to trip him to the mat, he does so. As Fisher gets side control off the takedown. Now he pounds away on Ryan Healy. Doesn't do much damage though, trying to pull guard on Fisher. Doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. He pounds away, but Healy deals with those blows fairly easily. Now he blocks the attempt to pull guard. Keeps him guessing with a few quick strikes. Tries to pull guard, doesn't allow it. There's a few shots land clean for Spencer Fisher. Trying to pull guard. As he pounds away, but doesn't quite land anything with any power. Blocks him as there's 50 seconds left. Now 36 seconds left of this first round. Fires away with right hands. Doesn't take too much damage though to Healy as he blocks a attempt to pull guard. And that's the end of the first round. Wow, so talking shit about Spencer Fisher. He's like, man, this is looking like he's out of his element. But once they stood him back up and he got that takedown, he was doing the work. He landed more shots. He was 1 for 1 on takedowns. It's looking good for Spencer. Let's see what happens in these next couple of rounds here. It's our second round. Two fighters engage. Fisher misses the big right hand, allowing Healy to counter with a quick left jab and a solid right. They come together in clinch. Healy's got the better of the clinch. Look at the muscle against the ropes. He does so. Looking to go down low, grab both legs. He cannot stop that. Well, it looks like Healy's going to win this round. Does a little in the way of damage. Oh, but Fisher brings his leg in close, trying to lock Healy in a triangle choke, but Healy blocks that triangle choke, fires off a few punches, tries to pull Healy into a close. Bring him in close by bringing him with short strikes. He can't do it though. Halfway point as Healy pounds away with rights but doesn't do much damage. He's trying to sweep from the bottom, but Healy doesn't budge. Unloads some right hands, but Fisher deals with him comfortably. Looking for another triangle choke as Healy again defends that well. There's a few relatively weak-looking right hands. Another third triangle choke. Will this be it? No, it is not. Another block, and Yuji Shimada's going to stand him up with 8 seconds. Way to ruin that, Yuji Shimada. As, that was all Ryan Healy besides the triangle choke attempts. Not looking good for Spencer Fisher. That came and went as far as his ability to win this fight. And, he's going to have to finish him at this point, I think. I don't know, though. If he wins that first round and you win the third round, it's all up to him. He's got to have a dominant third round. I think he can win the fight, but who knows with these judges. He shoots in. Oh, well. There goes that. Ryan Healy's going to win this one, I'm assuming. Side control. He's going to look to do some damage. Trying to transition the guard. Can't. Tries to pound away, doesn't do much damage. Tries to get away, but he can't. Trying to pound on Fisher, but all the blows are coming he dealt with. Tries to transition the half guard, throws a few right hands, takes a moment to plan ahead. Fires off some right hands. Fisher's in trouble with the strikes, looking to get some separation. It's a bad choice as Healy just seizes the opportunity to leap forward and secure side control. Some more right hands, blocks it to the pull guard, fires off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Blocks into the pull guard, throws some small strikes. Clearly just taking a moment to catch his breath. He's trying to transition the guard, but he can't manage it. Pounds away on Fisher, but can't quite land anything significant. Blocks an attempt to pull guard. Yep, and that is all she wrote there for Spencer Fisher. You winner by unanimous decision, Ryan Diamond Healy. Oh, wait a goddamn second. We got a split decision, at least. At least the right guy won there. That should have been unanimous, but I respect that some judge was like, yeah, a guy who almost landed 100 strikes to a guy who landed 30 just about won the fight. What an idiot. But at least the right guy won there. Ryan Healy thanks his sponsors and thanks all of his fans. He praises Fish for the tough fight. As our last prelim, Matt the Immortal Brown takes on Dan the Outlaw Hardy in the welterweight division here. 3-0, 2-1, Nottingham, England. I think Senior Ohio, technical brawler, kickboxing. This should be quite the exciting fight. SBG Ireland, no team for Matt Brown. Both 6 foot. Let's see if they both win in 183. Similar age. There should be quite the exciting prelim fight. Hideki Nuguma's our referee. Ringside judges. Opening bell. Neither fighter's looking to touch gloves here. They go to the toe with strikes, but a flurry that ends without any really damaging shots. Strings of strikes, but nothing really gets through though. Both fighters meet in the center. Brown misses the right hook, leaves himself open for a counter with a jab and a quick kick to the lead leg. Boy, this is looking to be not an exciting fight. They're both just whiffing on a lot of these shots. He's off target with a jab, but he connects with the right hand. He's off target with a jab, but hits a right cross as Matt Brown. Both fighters come together and strike. Brown misses the right cross, leaves himself open for a counter, and Hardy comes in with a glancing high kick. They stand and trade in the center of the ring, but neither fighter can give or take any real damage. Again, exchanging and strikes. Hardy slips past the right hook attempt, counters with the left hand. They come together and trade leather, but neither fighter can really do anything damaging. Both fighters come together and strike. There's a 1-2 combination. A quick left and a straight right from Matt Brown. Scores a brace of jabs from Dan Hardy, and he also hits a right hand as he's moving forward constantly as Dan Hardy pressuring Matt Brown. There's a jab in the exchange. He misses all the strikes, and the combo ends with a head kick attempt. Both fighters meet in the center. Slips past the right hook, does Dan Hardy, and attacks the left jab, but can't connect on that right head kick. Comes forward again, and walking down Matt Brown, bobs out of the way of a jab, moves into the pocket, uses the left jab, but Brown steps back and avoids the right to the body. They both meet in the center again. A brief strike exchange pass without either fighter really landing anything. Doesn't connect with the brace of jabs, but also finds his right across block, does Dan Hardy. There's a left jab that misses, and there's a right cross that's blocked. I mean, these two men may be a little too similar at this case, as Hardy dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a head kick that landed only a glancing blow. There's a gash though underneath the eye of Matt Brown, being opened up to halfway point in the first round. They meet in the center again. Hardy feints on attack. That leaves Brown slightly off bounds as he misses the right hook, leaves himself open for the counter with a pair of left jabs followed by a leg kick that misses. They come together and strike. Dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a good right hand to Dan Hardy. They come together and strike. Counters the right hand with a jab and a left hook to the ribs. They exchange the strikes. Does not produce any damage. Again, Dan Hardy on the offense there, pressuring Matt Brown and exchanging, which he misses the left hand. Can't hit the setup left jab, then hits Brown with a leg kick. Step in the strike. There's a leg kick that's easily checked from Dan Hardy. Brown misses a jab, also doesn't find the mark with a right hook. Now Dan Hardy's starting to breathe a little heavier now, is moving forward constantly. Dan Hardy's pressuring him. Brown manages to counter jab. There's a left jab, or I guess just any jab, and then he hits Brown with a high right head kick. Comes forward on the attack. There's a counter left hand from Brown. Connects with two left hands, then scores the right to the body. Step in to strike. There's another glancing high kick. He just can't really seem to lay a full-on shot of a high kick yet as he misses the left jab. Lands the right hook, though. Hardy again moving forward constantly, trying to pressure Brown into exchanging strikes. There's a counter jab. Can't connect with the jab. Just lands a right hand. As they're looking for the cut on Matt Brown. It's not a fight ender. Oh. Okay, there we go. We're back underway. Both fighters come together and strike as he slips past the right hook and counters a jab and a left roundhouse kick to the body. He's stalking forward again, pressuring Matt Brown back into the pocket. Throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't land either blow. 60 seconds left in this first round. They meet in the center and they start to strike. Scores with the jab, but he's wide on the head kick. Misses the jab, but lands the right hook. Does Matt Brown. Two fighters engage. Misses the right hook, leaves himself open for the counter with a jab and a left kick to the body. They come together and strike. He's off target with a jab. It also has the right hand taken on the gloves. Brown misses the right hand to end out the fight of the first round. My God, I mean, this was a lot of strikes were thrown. Definitely Dan Hardy landed the most shots and did the most damage cutting up Matt Brown, but I wouldn't count out Matt Brown. I mean, it just takes kind of one powerful shot. I don't think he's going to land it, though. It's looking like it's going to be a Dan Hardy victory for this one. As round two begins, stand and trade strikes. Neither fighter can really land anything damaging. They meet in the center. Hardy slipping past the right hook attempt, but attacks with a quick left hook, and he has now reopened that gash underneath the eye of Brown. Now he's starting to slow down and touch this Matt Brown. Two fighters come together and engage. Again, slipping past the right hook, counts with a good right hand. Stand-up striking battle is doing Brown no favors as Hardy is comfortably winning the exchanges so far, and Brown backs off, looking extremely dazed. That last shot may have knocked him loopy as Hardy hits a right hand, but it's lacked power to put down Matt Brown. As Brown appeared to be going to try to get in close, but Hardy took the initiative first. As Hardy hits a couple of minor left hands, but following kick to the body misses. Again, they're standing toe-to-toe, trying to trade strikes, trying to land something, but nothing really significant landing as two fighters again standing and trading strikes, but neither fighter can land anything damaging. Both fighters step in to strike. He misses a jab, also scores with the right hook. There's a left jab and also scores a quick kick to the lead leg. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but nothing comes of it. As again, Hideki Nugu is going to pause the fight to check on the cut, and it's not a fight ender again. It's back underway with a minute 40 left in the second round. They exchange of strikes. Brown missing the big right hand, putting him off balance and allowing Hardy to attack with a jab and a right hand. As Hardy now is feeling a little bit more fatigued now, his hands are starting to lower just a fraction. Both fighters step in to strike. Brown is off target with a jab, but he hits the right hand. There's a nice right hook from Dan Hardy. A minute left. They meet in the center, start to strike. Brown misses the right cross, leaves himself open for a counter as it comes in with a left roundhouse body kick. Does Dan Hardy. As both fighters step in to strike, there's a left jab. It has a right hand absorbed on the gloves. There's a left jab. It has a kick to the lead leg. As the two fighters looking shattered now, they clinch up and then try instead of trying to move. Hardy looking for a sweep. He's got it. It's a superb outside leg trip. And now he's pounding away with rights. A couple of heavy shots that go through and rock Matt Brown. Brown trying to get away as he's trying to roll over to avoid getting TKO'd. But that is the end of the second round. He got saved by the bell on that one. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be... Matt Brown's going to have to finish the fight if he's going to win this one. I don't think he's going to, though. I believe this will be Matt Brown's first loss, as it's looking like it's all Dan Hardy so far. Two fighters coming forward and engage. He slips past the right hook attempt, attacks with a right cross, steps in, looking to unleash. Can't connect with step strikes. There's a body kick, though, to Matt Brown. Now, Matt Brown's now starting to feel a little fatigue. His hand's starting to lower down just a fraction. He's looking like he was angling to grapple, but going to take the initiative. If he can't connect with the step strikes, then catches Brown with a crunching right hook. Doesn't look like he has much left in the tank to stay in Hardy. Both fighters engage as Brown is off target with a left jab. It hits the right hand. There's a left jab and a leg kick. Both fighters looking very tired, fall into a ragged clinch. Hardy looking to wrestle him down to the ground, but Brown maintaining a solid base. Again, blocks the takedown, tip down now. He's got control of the grapple. Look at him muscle up against the ropes. As he doesn't manage it, though. Dan Hardy defending it well, looking for the trip takedown again. Stops it down. He's back into control. Looking for a Muay Thai clinch now. He's got control of him. Brown's looking very tired, though. I don't think anybody's going to do anything here in this third round. There's a knee to the chest, though. Does Matt Brown, but this doesn't have much power behind it. Now he keeps control of the clinch despite missing the knee strike. Now he's trying to get free of it, but he can't. 60 seconds left in the third round. Another knee strike to the chest. Partially blocks it. Seems to be just... Both men are just fighting off exhaustion at this point, but they engage. Brown misses the right cross, leaves himself open for a counter as there's another kick to the lead leg. Going the distance is this one, as I did not see that coming. I thought for sure one of these two men would knock each other out. Crazy that that did not happen, but, I mean, that third round was pretty much useless. I mean, they were tired as hell. They couldn't really do anything. But your winner by unanimous decision will be Dan the Outlaw Hardy, 3-1 now, and 3-1 is Matt Brown, leaving this one, losing out in his Pride FC debut. At least it was rated decent, as he gives a name check to everyone at SBG Ireland, all of his various sponsors, and all of his friends, family, and supporters. He is asked who he'd like to face next in his next fight, and he replies he has a lot of respect for Eric Davila. I mean, he just signed a contract like 2 or 3 days ago, and he thinks that he wants to have a great fight. He thinks it'd be a great fight against him. My God. Looks like someone's been checking the transactions at Pride FC. It's Gabriel Gonzaga taking on the Russian Bear, Oleg Takratov. 5-1, 18-12-2. 39 years old, 27 years old. As Russia, Massachusetts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Sambo Judo, no team for Oleg, and a Hammerhouse team for Gabriel Gonzaga. Minus 490, plus 390. Let's see what happened. Big John McCarthy's our referee, our ringside judges. A good size difference is he's got at least 25 pounds on him, this Gabriel Gonzaga. It's probably going to be a big advantage. Opening bell. They start with a touch of gloves. Moving in fast. Oleg's trying to wrestle his way into a dominant position. The clinch looking for a judo throw. He blocks that and takes control of the grapple. There's a knee strike to the body. Another knee strike to the body. A third knee strike to the body. This time to the side of the stomach. Another knee strike to the body. Looking to muscle him against the ropes. He does so. Looking for a trip. He's got it. Superb outside leg trip. It's now inside controls. Gabriel Gonzaga throws a few right hands. Just trying to catch his breath. Trying to get in the mount. Doesn't allow the mount as Oleg. Blocks Oleg as he tries to transition to guard. Looking to catch his breath again with some couple of shots to the body. Trying to sweep him, but he won't. Looking for an armbar. Oleg fights it off, trying to move to guard, but Gonzaga doesn't allow it. Looking to get side control of the mount. He's got it. He's in mount. This is bad news, and he's going to get fucked up as Oleg Takratov. This is not good, as, wow, he's just may have hurt his hand while pounding away. Now, he is beating Oleg Takratov's ass so bad that he probably just broke his own hand. If it's a break, it's going to really significant. It's going to affect his striking ability dramatically. Some more big-time shots. He's trying to rock Oleg Takratov. Now he doesn't do much damage with him. Now Oleg's calmly dealing with him. He's trying to get the half guard. Can't do it. He still maintains control despite Oleg trying to wiggle free. I mean, he's had like 6 minutes of just in mount. Look at the... Oh, now he's got his back as Oleg's trying to sweep him. Looking for a rear naked choke. Doesn't allow the rear naked choke. Trying to move off his back, but he can't. Tightens the body triangle. Look at the flat him out now with the body triangle. Looking for the rear naked choke, and he's got him. I was about to say, I can't believe that one lasted to the end of the first, but we got it. We got a win via submission. Gabriel Gonzaga with a rear naked choke in 9:23 of the first round. Yeah, it was a pretty exciting fight to see Gabriel Gonzaga just whip Oleg Takratov's ass for 9 minutes. Complete domination. Yeah, I mean, Gabriel Gonzaga is really going to be a problem so far. He is 6-1 now. Sure, he hasn't beaten a lot of big time names. You know, he's beaten Alexander Emelianenko and Trey Tellingman, but I think being able to stand up with people and take somebody to the ground like that, I think it's going to play a huge part in moving up in the heavyweight rankings. It's Gabriel Gonzaga. Thanks everyone connected to Hammer House for helping get him prepared for the fight and the sponsors for winning. And financially, he says he has a lot of respect for Oleg Taktarov and praises stuff to say. I mean, yeah, Fair fuck still me lasted that long. As Frank Mir taking on the Hurricane Gilbert Yvel, another Hurricane matchup, or another heavyweight matchup, rather, as 6'1", 245, 6'2", 230, Amsterdam, Holland, Las Vegas, Nevada, 7-3, 27-17. So many fights for Gilbert Yvel as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, no team, Henzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, betting lines of minus 440 for Frank Mir. I'm not going to count on Gilbert Yvel, though. I mean, he could do some dirty shit and get the win. Yuji Shimano's our referee, our ringside judges, opening bell. Yep. Who would have saw that one coming? Yvel not wanting to touch gloves. Circling, Frank Mir clearly wants to shoot him, but is worried about getting hit. Quick flurry of punches, sees 3 of them, and then a sensational high right head kick, and he knocks him down with that one. Yep, yeah, it is tough, as he's sensing victory, starting to unload with some punches. There's several big shots. But Yvel gets caught up in the moment and leaves himself open as Frank Mir is trying to tip him off his balance and scramble, and he comes out on top in side control. That is tough, as now Frank Mir throwing a few right hands. Now he's in top and side control. He's mainly just trying to catch his breath. Fouls off a few punches, trying to catch his breath some more. There's some right hands to the body, looking for an arm triangle. Yvel blocks it, trying to get a crucifix. Wow, Yvel doesn't like that. Could have been real bad. Now looking for an arm triangle. Yvel blocks that, looking to get him out. As he doesn't get it, thanks to only Yvel rolling over, giving up his back instead. Now he's got both a body triangle. Yep, rear naked. Yep, that's all. That could have been awesome. Listen, he might have been a dirty piece of shit, but I do love an underdog. And I do love the striker getting the advantage of getting a win off of that. But, man, that is embarrassing. You have a knockdown. You have the head kick. You got him. You're pounding away. But you get off balance and you get swept. And then you end up losing the fight by rear naked choke. Incredible fight, though. That was a great fight. Very exciting. Wow, that was nuts. Frank Mir with the win, 8-3. Gilbert Yvel 27-18 now. Giving thanks, Frank Mir praises his team at Henzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for his various sponsors and the fans who came out to support him. Praises Yvel for the tough fight. As next up, Diego the Nightmare Sanchez taking on Drew the Master Fickett, 9-2, 12-3, Tucson, Arizona, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pretty close to each other. 25 years old, 27 years old, 5'10", 183, 5'11", 183. Both wrestlers, but Diego Sanchez having the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, whereas Drew Fickett has the Judo background. Hammer House, no team, minus 130, minus 110. This is very close. This is maybe too close to call here, but I'm going to back Diego Sanchez. We'll see what happens. Refereeing this bout, Big John McCarthy, a ringside judge's opening bell. Sanchez steps in, working his way to get a down position to clinch. As he hits Fickett with a knee strike to the body, looking to push him against the ropes. Says, Drew Fickett out-wrestles him, though. Now he's looking to muscle up Sanchez against the ropes. Oh my god, he's back and forth trying to wrestle each other to the ropes. As he's got him this time. Just Diego Sanchez now trying to go down low, take out both legs. Fickett blocks it. Going for it again. Fickett blocks it. Third time's a charm. No, Fickett blocks it again. Fourth time, Fickett again blocks it. Now he's got one leg. Now Fickett's hopping on that one. Nope, he yanks his leg free and circles out. Gets in close clinches with Diego Sanchez, trying to wrestle Sanchez backwards up against the ropes. He ends up back against the ropes. Now against the ropes, Sanchez is trapped there and unable to get free. Full minute passes. The two opponents pressed up close and exchanging short punches to the body and the side of the head. Fickett shows his grappling ability by trapping Sanchez up against the ropes. A full minute elapses again with very little happening other than occasional short punches. Big John McCarthy brings him back in the center of the ring with 3:24 left. And now Sanchez tries to intimidate his opponent with some quality trash talk. Circling weirdly is Fickett, looking for his chance to shoot in. There's a quick punch, doesn't land though from Sanchez. Moves in fast and shoots in on Sanchez. A great sprawl from Sanchez prevents that takedown. There's a punch, but Fickett was equal to it. He's able to grab him, looking to mess him against the ropes. He does so. Some tight body control. Fickett slowly wearing down Sanchez by pressing down, using all of his weight, leaning on him. They spend the next minute in that position, hitting each other with short punches to the body and side of the head. Yeah, of course, it'd be these welterweights that fucking ruin all the momentum the heavyweights have. As it looks like he's going to keep him up against the ropes, Sanchez reverses it. Now he's the one in control. 60 seconds left in the first round. There's a hard stomp on the foot, looking to take him down. Drew Fickett doing a tremendous job stopping all these takedowns. He can't work free, though. And he's looking, maybe we'll get a takedown at the end. He does so. He's got, what a crucial takedown that is. Inside control. Tries to pound on Fickett, but all the blows are company dealt with. He blocks, attempts to pull guard, and that's the end of the first round. Man, that is nuts. So, Fickett was, he landed more shots, but it's, Sanchez had that takedown. It was close on strikes. It was 27-34. It's close. I think Diego Sanchez nailed it though with the takedown. That's tough. That's a tough way to lose a round. Giving up that takedown with 30 seconds left in the first round. But we'll see what happens in the second and third. It's certainly not over. They get in close and clinch, managing to get a good control of that positioning in the clinch was Diego Sanchez. Looking to muscle up against the ropes. He does so, and there's going to pin, looking to take him down. He's got it, and he's on his back, pulling half guard as Drew Fickett pounds away, but Fickett deals with him fairly comfortably. Fickett gets some separation, tries to scramble for positioning. It's a bad choice, though, as Sanchez seizing that opportunity for it and secure side control. As Sanchez, again, some weak-looking punch to size his next move. He's trying to move to guard, but Sanchez does not allow that. A few left hands to the body, blocks a tip to roll him, or blocks a tip to pull guard, rather. It fouls off a few punches, but they aren't thrown in great force. Really just blocking him as Diego Sanchez, just trying to keep control. That's all he's got to do at this point. And he'll pretty much win the fight if he maintains and wins this second round. As there's a few left hands, blocks him again. They stand back up with 30 seconds left. There's a few gulps of breath from Diego Sanchez. As now Drew Fickett's also getting tired out. He's wanting to wrestle, but he appears to aggressively come in and do so. Even that means risking getting hit with some strikes. He fails to find him his jab. He catches Fickett with a left hook. Without taking too much damage, Fickett's able to clinch him up, looking to get him up against the ropes. He can't, though. Sanchez gets back control of that wrestling exchange. And, Diego Sanchez pretty much dominated that second round. And it's going to come down to this third one for Drew Fickett. He's going to have to finish the fight, I think. But, now that second round was not enjoyable at all. Very boring. But we'll see what happens in this third and final round. Sanchez comes in looking to shoot in on Fickett, looking to unleash some strikes maybe as he throws a 1-2, but Fickett avoids both of them, looking for a takedown. Great sprawl, pushes down on his hands and knees as Fickett gets up sharply, sensing that Sanchez is about to throw a vicious knee strike to the head. Stepping in, Fickett aggressively gets down in position to clinch. Looking to muscle him against the ropes. He can't do it though, as Sanchez defends it well. Now he's the one just looking to muscle him against the ropes. He does so. Looking to go down low. Oh no, he's got a hold of a leg rather, and he's trying to sweep him. Oh no, can't do it though. Fickett down to the ground. He can't get him down. He gets pulled into a clinch against the ropes. Looking to go down low and grab both legs. Now this time he's got it. This time pretty much. It's all but over at this point. Diego Sanchez probably won that one. So he goes from half guard to side control, looking for Kimura, defends it well, blocks it into full guard, looking for another Kimura again, gets blocked as he blocks another attempt. Some heavy shots now that go through and rock Fickett. He might just get he gets saved by the bell. This Drew Fickett. Your winner by unanimous decision, Diego the Nightmare Sanchez, going to be 10-2 now. As Drew Fickett going to be 12-4. Diego Sanchez is just too much of a problem. He is far too good to be so high ranked in the welterweights. He is just a fucking problem and a half. It's a really good fight for Diego Sanchez there. Name checks all of his sponsors and thanks all of his fans who came out to support him. He's in asked who he'd like to face next. He responds by calling out Jake Shields, saying he will kick his ass. Oh my god. He has a neck charisma that allows him to get a good reaction during these interviews. As moving on, Jake Shields goes head-to-head with Chad Saunders. It's 16-5, 13-5, Orlando, Florida, San Francisco, California, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No teams for both guys, minus 180 for Jake Shields, plus 140 for Chad Saunders. This is very evenly matched besides just 10 years between Chad Saunders and Jake Shields. This is going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight, really. Both guys really maintain control, and they'll probably keep hold of that control through the entire fight, and this one's probably going to go the distance. Big John McCarthy's the referee, ringside judges. There's the bell. They touch gloves. Get up close, start wrestling. Saunders is the aggressor, trying to muscle him against the ropes. He does so. Now he's got control. He's trying to maintain control, but Jake Shields proving too good. Manages to turn around into a down position, look for a trip takedown. He can't do it, though, and now Saunders is back into control. Shields is pressed against the ropes and simply cannot break the control that Saunders has over him. They remain there for 30 seconds, very little happening. Other than occasional short punches and some posturing, Jake Shields wrestles back against Saunders. Turning around, so now his back is against the ropes, looking for a trip takedown. Saunders has no answer for the great trip, as now he's got the back, this Jake Shields. He's got both hooks in. Now we're going to get a rear naked choke. Wow, there went this one going the distance. What a fucking rear naked choke. What a fucking win for Jake Shields. My God, that was very dominant, and that is 17-5 for Jake Shields. 13-6 will be Chad Saunders. That is crazy. He just dominated that whole entire fight. As Jake Shields thanks his sponsors and all of his fans. So our co-main event, Eldora, Pete Williams taking on Alistair, the Demolition Man Overeem. 22-8, 12-5 from the Netherlands. It's Alistair Overeem, 22-8. Pete Williams, Dallas, Texas, 6'3", 235, and he is usually, pretty good-sized man, but he is going to be towered over by Alice over him. He's got 2 inches on him and 5 pounds. I wouldn't say maybe towered. I mean, 2 inches is not that big of a deal, but nonetheless, though, I mean, this is going to be quite the interesting fight because you have a submission wrestling guy in Pete Williams who does stand up shit, can knock somebody out with a head kick from the lines den, whereas Alice over him has no team, still has quite the betting line advantage, minus 400. Plus 300 for Pete Williams. I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. We'll see, though, what happens here. Hideki Nagumo's our referee, our ringside judges. Fight begins. Over him hits a couple of minor left hands. It can't connect with the head kick, though. Steps in looking to unleash. They can't up the setup left jab. It hits a nice right hook to the ribs. Comes in closer on Williams, looking to unleash some more strikes. There's a left jab, and there's a right crunching hook from Williams, though. It looks like he had broken it. Oh, my God. Actually, he catches Williams with a crunching right hook, so that was over him. That's my bad there. He's broken fucking Pete Williams' jaw, potentially, there. As there's a punch, but Williams avoids it. Williams looking to clinch with a broken jaw, looking to muscle up against the ropes. He does so. Now he's got him pinned. Showing great control, just keeping him pressed against the ropes. They remain there, hitting each other, trip punch to the body and the side of the head. Williams looking to maintain this control, but again, the wrestling skills. Looks like that's just happening a lot tonight, as Alice Overeem has enough wrestling skills to work some separation and pull clear and circle out. As Overeem fails to find his home in his jab, but he catches Williams with a high right head kick. Moves in closer ready to attack. Is Williams now looking very tentative, pokes out just a quick jab that hits. There's a nice jab and a big right hand. 1-2 doesn't land either blow, though, comes in and grabs Overeem in a clinch. Using his wrestling skills, Pete Williams is trying to push him against the ropes. He's got him there. He's got double underhooks, too. They dirty box each other that ring for 30 seconds, so halfway point in the first round. Trying to keep him against the ropes. Again, Overeem works enough separation to slip back into the circle as Pete Williams is rushing in, worried about potentially getting hit if he gets close enough to grapple. As he can't connect with step strikes, but he scores a right cross that lands hard. There's another right cross that lands hard. There's a left jab that misses with the body kick. There's a left hand from Pete Williams. Attacking with speed, Overeem with a flurry of 3 punches, none of them which land, but then hits a beauty of a straight right. As Overeem still moving well, he's definitely breathing a little deeper now. Moving around, Williams looking for an opening without getting hit. As he jab is wide, but he scores the right head kick. It's coming in fast with 4 quick punches, landing 3 of them, but misses the big right hand. On the finish of that combo, moves in on Williams, preparing to throw. There's a weak flick left-handed jab from Williams. As there's a beautiful red head kick on Pete Williams, and he is wobbly, and he comes in for the kill. Pete Williams is trying to cover up. He's too dazed to do anything but try to survive for the next few seconds. Now he's looking for the Muay Thai clinch. He struggles against it and doesn't get caught. He's doing a great job of buying time to recover. He manages to clear his head and circle away back to the center. What a great job by Pete Williams. There's another right head kick as he now lands the left hand, misses the vicious right hand, comes forward on the exchange. As Pete Williams looking to step in and grapple, but Overeem simply took that initiative first. Jab lands from Overeem, but Williams avoids the kick to the body. That's the setup. Lands a weak tentative jab again. There's a beautiful right uppercut, and he's knocked out cold with that one. Yeah, that is a fight ender for sure. Alistair, the Demolition Man, Overeem getting the win with the fucking uppercut knockout. What a performance there in the co-main event, and that is a dominant performance. Probably going to be the knockout of the night. So he's going to be $50,000 richer, rather. About to say $5,000, $50,000 richer. Also, Overeem name checks all of his sponsors and thanks all of his fans for turning out to support him. Also, Overeem just oozing with confidence says that he has the power in his hands to knock anyone out and says that anyone who doesn't believe him should ask Pete Williams. That was quite the dig there. 2 men who are very, very similar. 18-5, 18-3 mixed martial artists. Nate the Great Marcotte, Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, Merlin Ninja Hua looking to make his first defense of his middleweight championship against Nate the Great Marcotte. Brazil is Merlin Ninja Hua. Denver, Colorado. So Nate Marcotte's going to have probably a couple inches on him. Probably has a little bit on the reach. AMC Penguin, Who's Valley Tudo, minus 250, plus 190. Very, very close. 26-27, very, very similar. This should be quite the exciting main event for the middleweight title. We should see what happens here. Alright, Big John McCarthy's the referee, ringside judges, opening bell. They start with a touch of gloves. Setting up well, Hua shoots in for the takedown, but he almost stops the takedown, but not quite. Does Nate Marcotte as he's left hopping on one leg, while Hua holds a hold of the other one, looking to drive him up against the ropes. Now looking to sweep him. He does. Excellent outside leg trip. He gets thrown to the mat, and now he has no problem getting side control as Murillo. A couple of knees to the ribs there. He's trying to slow things down so he can get his breath. He's trying to pull guard. Doesn't get anywhere with that. There's a few right hands trying to transition the guard. Some more knees to the ribs. And some more fucking... he's got a hold of him. Inside control. looking for a knee strike, but Marcotte was ready for it. Springs back into life, bucking Hua off of him, scrambling for position. The scramble ends with Hua grabbing Marcotte, shooting him against the ropes, looking for another trip takedown, another rinse to repeat there for Murillo, getting down with a trip takedown. As now they're just taking some shots on the gloves as Hua. Oh, he uses an underhook to work some separation, then quickly scrambles his Marcotte yet again, but it's a bad choice as just Hua seizes the opportunity for it and grabs side control yet again. Some more knee strikes to the ribs. Fires off some punches there, aren't throwing any great force, trying to move to guard. Hua doesn't allow it. Halfway point. Some small strikes, clearly just taking a moment to catch his breath. There's a few right hands, but mainly just trying to catch his breath. Tries to transition to guard, can't manage it. Keeps Marcotte guessing with a few quick strikes. Tries to transition to guard, can't manage it. As Big John McCarthy stands it back up. There's a takedown attempt from Hua. There's a great sprawl from Marcotte. As Hua warily circling, looking for the opening. He needs to initiate some grappling. Can't hit the step left jab. It's a nice straight right hand. It can't find the jab, and it scores the right cross. Moving in fast, Hua wrestles his way into a dominant position. The clinch, looking to muscle him against ropes. He does so. Looking for the sweep takedown. Yeah, but he's got another slick trip, and he's left inside control yet again. As there's some few quick strikes, just trying to keep him guessing. Blocks a dimple guard. There's a few right weak-looking punches there. Blocks Marcotte. He tries to transition. I mean, that was all Murillo besides when he stood up and Marcotte landed a couple of shots, but this is not looking good for Nate Marcotte. He's going to have to keep him standing and have to stop those takedowns, but it is very, very tough. Murillo doing a tremendous job. Round 2, here we go. As Marcotte looked like he was about to shoot him on Hua, he stepped in fast and started with the clinch. As now he's looking to muscle up against the ropes. He can't do it though. Marcotte defended it well. Trying to knee Hua, defends himself though. Trying to wrestle him against the ropes. Can't do it though. He finds himself being out wrestled. That's tough. As now there's another knee strike, but he gets blocked. Marcotte trying to again do it, but he can't drive him back against the ropes. Looking to muscle him against the ropes, he can't do it. Ends up being out wrestled. Halfway point, I mean, it's just crazy how similar they are, but it's just the skill gap between the two. It's very, very obvious here. He's maintaining control, looking to get him against the ropes, looking for another leg sweep trip, but Marcotte blocks it and now turns him to wrestle down. His back's up against the ropes. As I know, Marcotte looking to go down low with a takedown. He's got, what a great takedown from Nate Marcotte. Now he's got side control too. Looking for Kimura. Who defends himself well? That could have been it right there. What a fucking finish that would have been. Tries to pull guard on Marcotte, doesn't get in with the attempt. A minute left. Throws a few right hands, just trying to catch his breath. There's some more right hands. There's some trouble with the strikes though. Blocks him. That's the end of the second round. Man, that was all Nate Marcotte. Man, this is going to come down to the third round. But, Marcotte lost the first round, and that first round is very, very important. You have that 10-minute round, you want to win that one. If you're going to win any round, that one is very, very key. And, man, it's going to come down to this final round. Let's see what happens here. As he hits the left hand, but misses the big right hand following up. As Rua looks for the takedown, partially defends it, doesn't mark out. As he left hopping on the other leg, he's unable to complete the takedown as Rua, so he's pushing him against the ropes. There's some stomps on the foot, rather. And looking for the trip takedown, and he's got it. Gets taken down by a quick inside leg trip. He can do nothing but pull guard, and that's pretty much seals this one. But Marcotte's looking to try and get a scramble, but Hua is too quick to prevent that one. There's a few weak-looking punches, decides to next move. As he attempts to get some separation, I mean, it's not going to happen. Just Hua's going to keep him down there as much as he can. Some quick strikes. Keeps him guessing with some strikes. Again, trying to work some separation. He's trying to quickly scramble his way into a better position, but he's going to regret that. And now, Hua's back inside control. Some right hand second on the gloves. He can't quite transition out of that as he's trying to pound on Marcotte. And again, nothing happening. And that is the end of the third round. And your winner by unanimous decision, Merlin Ninja Hua. And he's going to retain his first defense. Merlin Ninja Hua. What a, interesting. It was wanting to see Marcotte be able to stand up more with him. But Merlin keeping that to the ground as much as he could. Can't fault the man. It just is what it is. As Merlin Ninja Hua gives a name check to everyone at Hoos Valley Tutor, all of his various sponsors, and all of his friends, family, and supporters. The prime middleweight title strapped around the waist of Merlin Ninja Hua, celebrating his championship retain. His Emmy critical rating is 68. We have 14,000 in attendance, which is the most we've had in quite a while. Almost made $4 million. That was huge. Awesome. I felt like this was a very, very good main event. Card was pretty fun. Heavyweights in the beginning with the rear naked choke. A couple of rear naked chokes. We had 3 of them. Then you had the split decision. Should have been a split decision, but not a bad fight on this card. So that's huge. That's always fun to see. And that's we increased our pop and all that. So all in all, great show. We finally get to bounce back with that. As the fight of the night, Frank Mir and Gibby Yavell. Knockout of the night, Al Silverine and Pete Williams. The only knockout on the card. And then Jake Shields and Chad Saunders as the submission. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because that was really dominant performance from Jake Shields. That was some good stuff. So that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.